Hello, good morning, and welcome. It's the He Said, She Said podcast. It's your boy here, Chris Vibes, aka Mr. Vibes. I'm vibing and thriving with a different point of view. Here to challenge, not cheat, your way of thinking to get you to see things in a different light. So today, here we are chilling in M Town, in the middle of Memphis, here in the middle of the madness, I guess you could say. Man, I wish we could get rid of it, but it's here to stay. But we're going to be talking about different things today. I have my guest speaker here, Mr. Zealous Marcellus.
It's me, Marcellus. I'm in here on a good Sunday. We come here to sit back and talk and enjoy the moment and vibe out, So
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
the invitation, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I heard you make them jealous, man.
Not really, you know what I'm saying? My first name Marcellus kind of
Yeah.
around with it a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah.
I don't make them that jealous.
You don't make them jealous.
Nah,
I got you.
I don't like to
got
hate,
you. All right. So one of the topics or one of the conversations I've been wanting to have with you is pretty much about your experience as being a father. You know. So give me the rundown on well, first of all, give me a little background of who you are, how old you are, and I guess my first question is, how did you feel when you first found out that you was about to have a son or daughter?
Oh, man. Well, I'm born and raised in Memphis.
Okay.
All
right.
Came out the Westwood area.
Okay.
Mom's teacher, dad firefighter.
Okay.
The mother of my kids.
Yeah.
At a point, she was another word, but now the growth in a lot of things.
So she's now earned the title the mother of my
Shit,
kids.
it was something else.
I got you.
But I found out that she was pregnant in my 12th grade year of high school.
Okay.
Actually, she was 1 month pregnant on prom night.
Oh, really?
On prom
She
night.
was pregnant?
She was 1 month pregnant on prom night.
1 month pregnant. Okay.
Yeah,
so you had your celebration a little early.
Way early.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I will say the experience for me, what it did, it put me in a position where I felt like, hey, I can't be a boy raising a boy. So I had to man up early, at a young age. But, other than that, it's a wonderful thing being a father. I got 3 kids. Now currently they 23, 20, and 16.
Okay. One more still in school right now.
Yeah, one more.
Okay. So 16. All right. So we got two
boys, 1 girl.
Okay, good deal.
And my daughter, that's my partner in crime right there.
Oh, really? She got your back, huh?
Yeah, she got my back, most definitely.
Has there ever been a point to where it seemed as though she didn't have your back? In other words, from my experiences, it seems as though sometimes the daughter can cling more to the mother.
Well, in my case,
yeah.
So this the setup. Yeah. My oldest, everybody say that's my mom's.
Okay.
Child, it's I've been the first.
Spitting image of your mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second one, they like, hey, that's daddy's girl.
Okay.
And my youngest, that's mama's baby.
Okay.
But as far as my daughter, like anytime we probably have like any issues with each other, if mom's then put something in her head and she might feel some type of way. And then I'd be like, Katie, what's going on? Come to find out, it was something moms had put in her head about me. And so she didn't come talk to me. So I just got her actions.
So how old is she right now? She's
currently finna be 20 on September the 19th.
Okay, so mom can't really put these things in her head because
Not currently.
She kind of catching on to
now currently they like captain lieutenant in the house right now.
Who,
mom's
and daughter?
Yeah. Because she's growing as a young lady right now. So you can't, she called me and I'd be like, hey, you might just listen to your mom and just cut all that out because you're still up under her roof.
Yeah, that's true.
But she got my back most definitely though.
All right, so you and mom, y'all separated together?
Yeah. We divorced. We got married in 2005. Well, first of all, we was high school sweethearts.
Right.
Let me say that.
Yeah.
Met her 11th grade and not knowing she had a crush on me.
Oh.
And
wait, so you had already pursued her, and you later found out
she pursued me. To be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was we met in chemistry class at Whitehaven High School.
Why chemistry?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But we met in chemistry class, 11th grade year, and throughout the whole, actually it was the second semester going into senior year, and then kind of jumped out. We started off as friends first, but overall, currently, we cool. I can call her and be like, hey, let me tell you what didn't happen. Or I might call her, get some advice about, because she know me, And we've been knowing each other since we were 16 years old. And currently I'm going on 42. So that's a long time.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So looking back, I mean, of course, this was your high school sweetheart. You met her in chemistry.
Yeah.
Or biology, whichever one.
Chemistry. Shout out to Miss Armstrong. That was my that was my chemistry teacher.
Is looking back, do you say to yourself, man, I wish I had gotten with such and such instead, or
I had my moments when we was battling, going back and forth with each other, where I man, I wish I would have never. Right. And but it taught me a lot as far as how to deal with women. Okay. And by me having a sister also, that I can come back and be like, hey, sis, getting advice from my sister, like, what do you think she on? But okay, it wasn't a regret. It was regrets when there was issues.
Okay, I see. So you had, growing pains while with her. She was the right choice, but yet she taught you valuable lessons in life as far as, how to deal with certain issues that I guess all men go through with certain women or whatnot. So, okay, so y'all were together for what?
From, I would say 98 all the way up to 2017.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, as far as, let me back that up. We was legally still married, but separated. So I'm saying legally married.
Okay.
From 2005 to 2017. But we separated early in the 2000s, I would say.
Okay.
She moved on, I moved on. And that was a big thing.
So it was a clean split, like as far as you moving your way, she moving hers, or was it one of y'all chasing the other one? As far as come back, I want you back.
Yeah, we did the stock market thing, up and down, up and down.
The stock market.
Yeah, it was a stock market relationship for a minute. Right, it was one of those situations. Don't get mad when I pull a U on you.
Wow. What do you mean? What is a U?
So let's just say
when she imitates you, or when she do a U-turn.
Well, let's just say if I caught her holding somebody else's hand, don't get mad if you catch me holding somebody else's hand.
Right. Okay.
So that mattered, that type of situation.
I see.
But on a whole different scale.
Did you ever catch her doing that?
Yeah.
Really?
Not like in the act, but maybe like the tail end of it.
And y'all were still together?
Stock market, up and down.
Yeah.
You know how a relationship goes sometimes.
So what was the point to where you and her said, okay, this is it, enough is enough, let's actually divorce, let's get out of this stock market relationship and let's actually leave each other alone?
I would say when it got to the point for me when I was just there for the kids.
Wait a minute. When you were just there for the kids?
Just for the kids.
Then
to keep a family together.
Then she decided to end the relationship?
Well, so when we separated, we separated for like 3 years, and we had called ourselves trying to, reconcile things while we were still legally married.
Okay.
So during the separation, she had got involved with somebody else.
Okay.
I was involved with somebody else also.
Okay.
But I cut ties when we called ourselves reconciling. Okay. She didn't cut her ties.
Oh, she kind of still had.
So that's why I said like caught the tail.
Okay.
So, and then that's when I realized, hey, I'm just really here for the kids. Because it was something to see my kids crying when I walk out the door.
Right.
Even with just, going to the store. So just imagine walking out the door with a suitcase.
So what things do you believe triggered the turmoil as far as in a relationship, as far as I guess whatever disagreements y'all had that made y'all split up?
Uh, Coming from our backgrounds,
Okay.
her background and my background was totally different.
Really?
She had a background of a single parent. Her father was not really in the picture that much. Okay. Her mom's was there, but she was kind of too busy to try and provide. So she really didn't have the tools of knowing how to be a wife.
Okay, and be with a man as far as giving him the type of love which is respect that a man needs. Okay. And then so it was a lot of disrespect coming from.
Yeah, I would say actions, but not vocally, but actions.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha.
Certain things like not having a wedding ring on your finger when you come in the house. Wow. Like, where you been?
Wow.
Like that's that.
I know that is triggering right there. Like, okay.
There was times I put my own self in the doghouse.
Like what you do?
I mean, like, let's just say, for example, if I knew, let's go back to the term when I said pull a you on you. So let's just say if she went out on a Saturday, come back 1, 2 in the morning without a ring on her finger.
Okay.
Two wrongs don't make a right. But what I would do, I would make sure I go get groomed up, got my cologne on, smelling good, right? Okay. Everything, and I might just go chill with the guy, shoot pool or something. But it was the thought that hey, I'm gonna pull a you on you, just to mess with her mind. But my actions wasn't on adultery at that time. It's just right. I wanted her to feel some type of way.
You just want her to see you leaving as
well.
Yeah,
I walked out the house.
Your ring off.
Yeah.
Okay, and played the whole 9 yards. So did she get upset when you did?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Wow. So she would do it and want you to just take that.
Yeah.
But then when you turn around and do it, she'll get upset.
Yeah, real upset. Upset. Where and like I said, it wasn't disrespectful and vocally. It was mostly actions. It got to the point we was like tag teaming. My turn to go out, your turn to go. Yeah. Man, it got to a point at one point where our marriage had got so messed up where I remember one time I had another woman picking me up from the house. It was like that.
Wow, it got that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, were you the first to take it to that level, or was she?
She took it to that level.
So one day you came in from hanging out with the guys, okay, because she obviously just did it,
right?
And so it's her turn.
Yeah.
So now the guy's finna come pick her up from the house. Did it happen like that, or?
No, yeah. Well, I didn't experience that. I'm sure it might have happened, but what took the toll for me on that situation where another guy had called our house phone. You remember house phone back in the day?
Oh yeah.
So
landline.
She called a landline.
Okay,
so
wow.
At that point, that was it for our marriage.
Yeah,
it was
I can see. So what was mom saying?
Like her mom
saying, was she like, baby, Marcellus is a good guy. You need to do this and do that. You need to be with him. You need to straighten it up. You need to stop fooling around. Or was she more so encouraging her to be more disrespectful?
I would say kind of both. But her mom was crazy about me because I provided. I did what I did, and the background of family I came from, I had mom's a teacher, dad's a firefighter, so I had kind of like a stable environment. Right. So my structure of how to run a house or do what a man, a father, and a husband supposed to do, I had the recipe.
Okay. So her mom was more so backing you up for the most part. What about your mom, your dad? I mean, were they like, you need to leave her alone, cut ties, let it go?
Yeah, mom's was just coming from a woman aspect. She was like, something ain't right, that ain't right,
So she was more so like, okay, trying to protect you as far as you need to just go on, leave on out before you do something to her.
Yeah, basically.
Was dad, was he saying, just hang in there, son?
Yeah, now actually my dad and her had a good relationship.
Oh yeah, okay.
He had a perspective like, hey, you taking care of my son. But what we did though, actually, let's just say, for example, we can be at the house going at each other's throat.
Okay.
But when we pull, we head into a family gathering. By the time we get to the family gathering, we walk in there. We on a whole different level. It's hey, babe, what you want on your plate? And then when we get back in the car, did I tell your mother? That's so we kind of hid some of the things, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't let the world know what was really going on.
Well, I mean, that's the way I think you should do it, because you never know when the fight is over. You know, if you got all these critics saying, oh, you should leave her, and then the fire has died down. Well, not the fire, but the tension has died down. You may need it to be easy, or support from all of these outside people. You don't need them to be judging you just because of what they just seen.
Right.
So y'all definitely did that right.
Yeah, it was like, let's say if I want to go vent out to family about her actions, and then next month we all lovey-dovey, but my family still like, I can't believe you, so I just
you
left
went
it
back
alone.
to that, you idiot.
So
okay, I got you.
I'm like, look, from now on, hey, we just gonna keep it cordial out in public or around family members.
Right. So did y'all ever did it ever get to a point to where y'all were physically?
No, we never did get physical. It was mostly
verbal.
It got real verbal. All the FUs and all the B's and all the A-holes, all that.
Now, when y'all would make up, would y'all talk about, like, why did you say that? Why did you call me that?
Yeah. We would do that.
So what things were you messed up about that she may have said?
I think it was her actions on, like, how did it get to this point? And if I came to you as a man, be like, hey, look, babe, this is bothering me. And my thing is, like, if I come to you and say, baby, this bothering me, I feel like if I'm telling you this bothering me, you don't make a change in it, you don't love me, or you don't have respect.
Right.
If something bothers me, like, hey, this can save my marriage.
Exactly.
But your actions not showing it.
Right. So she just kept on doing and disregarding exactly what you just brought up. You're actually exposing your feelings, and now she just, kind of taking it for granted or whatnot.
And so I filed divorce.
So you filed a divorce. So, okay. So now that you filed a divorce, you actually went down to divorce court, civil court.
Right.
And did you hire an attorney or
Yes.
Okay, you got an attorney. He filed, for a divorce decree or whatever you call it, and got the ball rolling.
Right.
So she then got an attorney?
Yeah, she got an attorney herself.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did you guys ever fight over the kids? Well, obviously y'all fought, but was it over, how can I say this, attention from the kids, who the kids liked the most and all of that, or were y'all pretty much, y'all would come together when it came down to the kids?
Yeah, when it came to the kids, we was cordial about that. Okay. It's just our relationship.
Y'all relationship was on rocky terms with stock market.
Yeah, stock market.
But as far as when it came down to, your daughter or your son needing, school supplies, way to school, way to practice, or lunch money, things of that nature. Y'all got that. So when you finally filed for divorce, did that change? As far as now, all of a sudden, she want to make it seem like you wasn't a good dad and that you were never there.
Yeah, she tried to make it seem like I was a bad father, especially during the process of court. And I didn't like how they did me in the court system. It was just totally.
Right. So give me the rundown on that. How was that for you, or what did they do?
Initially, before we actually stepped foot in court, when she received the papers,
subpoena to court.
Yeah. Okay. She was like, she didn't want to sign them.
Okay.
She didn't want to sign them. Right. It took her over like a year, and she only did that because she got into a relationship.
So once she got into a relationship, then she was like,
let's go. And she got a lawyer.
And then she got a lawyer. And then she fought you for custody of the kids, or no?
She mostly was trying to get money.
Like, forget the kids.
Yeah,
I want you to pay me alimony or something.
Oh, yeah. They did me wrong. The court system for men, I'm not going to just say black men, just for men, period, in a divorce situation.
So what did they do? Okay, so you guys got joint custody, or? Well,
so what the first was the alimony. That was the first. So in the alimony,
so wait a minute. They determined what your alimony would be before they even determined custody of.
No, they actually did the that part after alimony. They
Really?
did it. And I would have thought it would have been, the juvenile court process of divorce because we had kids, but it went straight alimony, then divorce court, then the final decree
as far as parenting plan and all of that.
Yeah, that was like last. That was last.
Wow. So they basically looked at how much your income was,
and
then how much her income was, which was less than yours.
Well, they didn't have proof of her income.
They didn't even have proof.
Yeah,
they just had your income.
They just had my income.
And then whatever she said she make, which is gonna obviously be less.
She did not have one paycheck stub to show.
Wow. And they just went off of it.
And they subpoenaed me to have 4.
They subpoenaed you to
have 4
paychecks.
Bring 4 paychecks.
But they did not do that for her.
Not at all.
Wow.
Even in the juvenile court, with that,
don't care about
judge.
What the woman say she makes. She could be out there making millions.
Yeah.
But then get in there and say, I don't want to show my pay stub. Okay, well we won't ask you for yours, but we're gonna ask him.
Yeah, that's how they did me.
Okay. Wow. So they got proof of your income, made it high.
Right, it totally high.
Okay, made hers way low because they don't have proof of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they determined alimony based off of that.
Yeah, and what they asked for alimony, they wanted me to pay the existing light bill and the light bill for 2 years, her lawyer fees and court fees. That was just in the alimony part.
Just in alimony.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, I mean, is it okay if I ask what was the difference in what you were making as far as you were making? Let's say 60, she was making 40. So was it a $20,000 difference?
Actually, to give an exact number, when I got in the juvenile part, mine was 61%.
Okay.
And she was 39%. So it became a total of 100%.
Wait a minute. Percent of what?
Income. They wanted me to give 61% of my income, and left me with 39% to live off of.
But she had 39%. Well, what was her income?
No, she didn't have income.
Oh my God!
I'm saying like they wanted 61% of my income,
of your income,
and what left me with 39% to live off of.
Right. So what place in
exactly.
this world can
exactly,
you know what I mean? That's almost saying now okay, so that was alimony. Then you went through I guess the divorce decree, and then parenting time.
Yeah.
So my question is it's like a rhetorical question, but how do the court system, if they're so-called invested in the best interest of the kids,
right, how
are they setting you up to where you can have a stable environment for when it's your turn to keep the kids? It seems like they could care less if you live underneath the bridge.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They didn't care at all.
Right, but as long as the woman is okay.
Yeah.
So wow.
And it felt like a setup though. Like when I came in, when I was sitting there, her lawyer came in like, speaking to everybody, pointing the finger, hey.
Did she speak to your lawyer?
No. My lawyer acted so.
This was a woman?
Both women. Her lawyer was a woman. Mine. Okay. She had a pit bull lawyer. I will say that.
Okay.
Right. I actually would use her lawyer.
I got you for another situation. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but system kind of told me up, and they didn't give me any. It felt like I ain't had no rights. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And it was like I'm the one who filed for divorce while I'm getting done in.
Right. So it seems as though there's no justice in that area of the field. Okay, so you finally got a divorce. Your pockets are empty.
Yeah.
You probably are thankful that you're out of the stock market relationship. And so you did get time to be with your kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so you of course you had some type of enjoyment.
Yeah, but it was limited because keep in mind 39%.
Right. Yeah, it was limited. So I mean, you go to the skating ring, you can only get one.
We're gonna get one big large popcorn.
That right, and one skate for you to kick on down around the ring. But
yeah.
Okay, I feel you. Okay, so now after you have gotten past the court situation, you're starting to get your life together. What was the next step? You immediately got into a relationship, or
I was
or you kind of just was chilling for a minute?
I chilled for a little minute, and so during a little gap of the separation while we were still legally married, I ended up meeting someone else.
Okay.
And so that was kind of boiling up,
Okay, so that relationship was growing.
It was growing,
Okay,
but it
okay.
wasn't a lock-in situation
Right,
because
right.
I still had
ties
so
okay. So you didn't want it to be too messy.
Yeah, I didn't want to be too messy.
Finish this chapter before you start the next one.
Right.
I got you. So are you that relationship that started after your marriage, first marriage? Is it still going, or where did it lead to?
That right there. Okay, let me say this.
Yeah.
It's almost as if I jumped out of frying pan into a deep fryer.
Out the skillet to the frying pan.
The reason why I'm saying that because here it was for years I had been living the life of in wife, kids. That's what I knew. So at a point, us men, sometimes we get vulnerable too. We got emotions. So I was used to coming home to a house, with a family and everything.
Right.
And so I think I was just a little vulnerable. And the new one, I ain't gonna say new one. I would just say the the lady that I was involved with.
Side chick number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was doing the right things at the time.
Okay.
And I guess she was sucking in all the information that I was missing and giving it and presenting it to me.
Okay.
But then once the final of number 1,
once she stopped becoming your side chick and became your main chick, then now I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got me one. All of a sudden she just Medusa on me, turned 360 on the head. I got me one.
Yeah, she got me. I got me one.
Okay.
And it was mostly benefit on her end.
Wow. So are you still in that relationship now, or did that one?
That was a lesson learned.
So you got out of that relationship. Yeah, you didn't tie the knot with her.
Yeah, we did tie the knot.
So y'all got married.
Yeah, we ended up getting married.
Okay.
That situation taught me a valuable lesson.
And what's that?
First of all, I thought about the court. What happened with the first?
Right.
It was like, okay. Yeah. Now I know how to move. I know what not to do and how to handle it. And the vulnerability of jumping in another relationship taught me, get yourself together first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whether if it's educational, health, mentally, all that.
And I would slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it taught me to slow down a little bit. So, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm getting older, and
right.
One day I'm gonna get old. I might need somebody to wipe my ass, So
okay.
I gotta find me somebody.
Yeah. So so the second relationship ended, divorce as well.
Right.
Okay. Now, was the court experience, was that exactly the same as the first one? Was it a little bit smoother and they didn't?
More smooth, I was more tactical, more ready, more.
Okay.
Know how to handle it.
Did they get you for a whole lot?
No.
So now that one you didn't have kids.
No kids at all.
Okay, so it's a little bit different then. Yeah. Okay.
Content, it was strictly, we're not getting along, can't do this anymore. She a little older than me, like 4 years older than me. So
okay, how I mean, well, not how old, but how long were you guys together?
Together or married?
Married.
5.
About 5 years.
Yeah,
okay.
5 years.
Okay. They say that 5-year period. I mean, it's tough once you get past it. About 7 years, then it's hard to even on out. But it's very challenging as far as finding the boundaries of how to cope with being with this type of person, how to make them more helpful to you and you helpful to them. You know what I mean? That 5-year period is detrimental. So, but I would say, it's definitely a challenge for most people. Okay, so after the second marriage, that's where you are right now, or you?
Yeah, I'm
on marriage
me.
Number 3.
It's me. It's all about me trying to, get everything,
I got
in perspective right now.
Okay.
I have no complaints now.
So these women that you married, what were they? They beautiful black women?
Yeah, all black, both black.
Black women, strong black women, huh?
Strong. Aries and Gemini.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the Gemini, I used to ask, "Who are you today?"
Okay.
A lot of Aries women. I'm not gonna say all, but most Aries that I know, women, they're controlling.
Right.
You know, so it was like a captain lieutenant type of situation.
Right. Okay.
And so my thing was, I was like, hey, you say you follow my lead, but you need to take heed then. You know?
Yeah, she doing something else.
You know.
So okay, so did that change your perspective of how you view, you know, black women, I guess as far as being a candidate to be with, as far as, you know, if you ever wanted to step back into a relationship, did that kind of slur your view of, okay, well, the last two relationships I done had, you know, these women that did this to me, did that to me, you know, did it kind of change your opinion of black women?
Yeah, it made me feel like, you know, I was getting taken for granted in certain situations when it comes to black women.
Right, because they always screaming, where are all the good black men? Well, y'all stomping them in the dirt. Of course, they down there in the grass somewhere.
What is called quicksand.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You know, while I was digging, while I'm helping out, I'm digging myself a hole.
Right.
But they walking like perfect.
Right. Okay. So now moving forward, okay, you're divorced twice, your kids about grown.
Yeah.
What do you see as far as your destiny for your relationship, or do you see yourself in a relationship?
Yeah,
or are you just gonna be single from this day on and say, forget it, I'm gonna just, you know, give me one, and then when she go bad, I'm gonna cut ties and go to the next
one? No, I'm gonna say I'm gonna try, but speaking, I had a partner of mine. He got this thing called 10-year cutoff, and I'm like, he said when he gets to the 8th, 9th year, he cutting them off.
Of knowing them or marriage?
Married, because alimony.
Okay.
But you know, he cut the check type.
So
situation.
He'll marry them 10 years, it's 9.5 years, baby, we're finna file a divorce. It's during Christmas time, I'm sorry, but you know, gotta go. Okay. All right, well, hey, we might need to get him on the show. Ask him how's he doing.
But I will say though, what it did teach me also 4 things to have any type of successful relationship. It don't even got to be marriage. You can be, whether it's a family member, coworker. Number 1 was communication. You got to communicate.
True.
Number 2 was having understanding.
Okay.
And number 3 was trust. Okay. And number 4, either respect or love.
And so, respect, right.
Yeah, so it's like, and for example, like just say,
what would be your first thing that needs to take place?
Communication
has to be the foundation.
It got to be. Let's say for example, let's just say if I say, hey, family, we finna go take family pictures.
Okay.
Also, family, we're gonna wear green t-shirts.
Okay.
So now it's the day to go take the pictures. Now everybody walks out with green t-shirts except for the wife. So who fucked up?
Probably not. What? Whose viewpoint am I looking at?
Let's
from
say
the wife's viewpoint.
You know, well, from my viewpoint.
Oh, from your viewpoint, she messed up.
Yeah, because
from her viewpoint, all of y'all messed up.
Yeah, because guess what I did? I communicated.
Yeah, you did.
We all got an understanding.
Okay.
I trust that you finna wear these green t-shirts.
Right. You went out and got them all matching with the same letters.
Yeah.
I got you.
And I love the fact that we finna go do this as a family. So, and that helped me out in a lot of relationships. Far as not just, you know, like companionship, just any relationship. Yeah. Whether, you know, friend, coworker, anything, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you see yourself in your next relationship finding another beautiful black queen to be? I guess from this area, because both you're
not from this area.
You finna go from somewhere else.
We're gonna be like Mississippi or somewhere.
Okay.
Country.
Okay.
we going that way.
So you think the country women would be more respectable?
I would say this. I've dated and had a chance to be with women that's from Mississippi. It seemed like something about women from Mississippi. They just down to earth. They respectful. They got that background of, you know, you go do what you gotta do as a man. I got this as a woman. And there's no questions.
They hadn't been influenced by the city girl yet.
Yeah.
So with your 2 ex-wives, do you think their friends influenced them to be the way they were, which ultimately led to a divorce.
Yeah, I think so. And I used to tell them, I used to tell them the second one, I was like, hey, look at what we got as a family compared to what your friend have.
Right.
We got everything that most marriage couples would want to have.
Advice from a single person.
Yeah,
is basically what she was doing. I got you. Okay. So back to what I was I guess what I was trying to lead to, man. Okay, so two beautiful black women you got with, it didn't turn out right. You gonna try for a third one, or you gonna skip ship and try another well,
they're not gonna be from Memphis. Not gonna be from Memphis.
Another what's the word I'm looking for? Not genre. That's music, but I guess ethnic or race or things.
I have dated a different race before, and that blew my mind though, to be honest.
So what blew your mind about that?
I mean, it was just the whole. She made sure everything was okay. Didn't question nothing I had going on. It was more, do I need?
Wow. Okay. Which kind of woman was this?
I will say she was Caucasian.
Really?
Yeah, she was.
Are you afraid that you might offend somebody by dating a Caucasian?
Nah, because I offended myself in the previous relationship. so like I can't care about what nobody else.
All right. So okay, if you continue your relationship with this woman, do you think that, I guess, the relationship that you may have with your exes will get more hostile, or they would get jealous? That's why I say, Marcellus, you make them jealous now, But do you think that would make them jealous and they would lash out as far as try to put things in the kid's head to turn against you, or just say, look at your dad, he ain't even being a true black man now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Put that peer pressure on you, saying that you can't date anyone outside of your own race type thing.
Right.
Do you think they would do that?
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be more of maybe shock.
Really?
And
okay. Like damn, he really figured it out.
He figured it out.
That we ain't gonna do shit for him.
Yeah, exactly. And you would think I was I forgot this lady's name, but she was saying how black women need to be more supportive in their men. And basically she was saying that her husband wanted to start his own janitor business, like
janitorial.
He was,
Okay.
So she was like, I knew my husband couldn't clean up for shit. She knew this husband couldn't clean up for shit. But the fact that he had that one person that was cheerleading and supportive,
right?
He was determined to go do it, and then to the current day, he's a millionaire.
Wow!
All it took was that one being supportive,
that one cheerleader.
Yeah.
And so you're saying basically, there's a lot of women out there. We don't want to say what race, but a lot of women out there that are not doing that.
They're not doing it. Like it's just because, as a man, we have so many high expectations.
Right.
It's like we gotta be security guard. We gotta be the guider. We gotta provide, and we also gotta discipline, and we also gotta pamper. We gotta do all these things.
Right.
What are we receiving other than you ain't? You know what I'm saying? So,
criticism, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a lot on our shoulder when we also got to deal with the world as a black man.
Right. So, as a father, you've went over some of the struggles you received, I guess, in court. Some of the struggles you received in your relationship. You've even mentioned some of the things the highlights that you've experienced in your new relationship with different women. What would you say would be your ideal woman?
Ideal woman. Okay. My best friend.
Okay.
My best friend, where we both can take constructive criticism. She can keep me on 10 toes. Not somebody gonna have my back. Somebody gonna make sure they got my spine. Make sure I'm standing tall.
Right.
And with my chest out, confident. Someone that's supportive.
Right.
Someone that's gonna tell me when I am in the wrong.
Okay.
Or not know. I don't want no yes woman. I don't want none of that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, in a sort of way where we both can sit back and say, "Hey, babe, you fucked up on that."
Right.
You know, and I fucked up on it too.
Yeah.
Let's fix it. Like, let's just say we have an argument, and we only get one side of the story. The other person don't. That's not the ideal type of woman for me. It's like we both need to sit down and, you know, hey, babe, I'm sorry I fucked up. You know.
Now, do you think this woman that you're describing, do you think she's realistic? Do you think she's really out there?
In my mind.
You took a deep breath on that.
In my mind, but you know, there are some women, but I don't know if it's just because what I have received from Memphis women.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to bash all Memphis women, but majority of the ones I encountered are like one track mind on, like, I'm gonna do this, you can't do this. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Double standards. You know, they can do this, but you can't do this. But you
can't, right?
You know,
right. Do it as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. You know,
I got you. Yeah, that's definitely. I don't want to say irresponsible, but just no one can live like that. You know, especially if two people are trying to be adults. You know, you got to compromise somewhere. So at least lead by example.
Right.
If you want your man to be this way towards you, then you have to be that way towards him.
Right.
You know, whatnot. So okay. So your experience with dating outside of your race, you think that's going to continue, or you ultimately you want that African queen?
I do love my black sisters. You know, I do, and it's just I had to just test the water, see what was going on. It wasn't a bad experience. I'm gonna say that it wasn't a bad experience.
Okay.
It wasn't a bad experience at all.
Saying what you're saying? You might take another sip of that water again.
You know, I'm gonna say this right here.
Right.
As long as the water's room temperature,
okay,
and it ain't too cold going down the throat.
Right.
So, but I do love my black women though. I do love my sisters though.
That's all right, man. Yeah, definitely keep it up. You know, I would say, you know, if you can't find one here in this area, you know, definitely try to maybe search maybe further up north. I've heard that, you know, women, well, I don't want to just say up north, just outside of this area, period. Right. But, you know, all around, maybe further up north. But anyway, those women, they don't have that same mindset as to, you know, give me. Their mindset could more so be towards like, let me help you. Let me pour into the bowl rather than trying to make the bowl pour into themselves or whatnot. So, you know, definitely do that. But okay, all right. So kids are almost grown. Well, you got one more that's still in high school. That's the boy, right?
Yeah.
His daughter is about 20.
Yeah.
And she's growing on up. Your oldest son, I mean, what experiences has he run into as far as being an older adult now, you know, that you've had to say, look, that you don't want to do it like that.
Right.
Is he kind of running into the same relationship problems with certain women that he's dating, or what?
I'm gonna say it go back to what you just said on the gimme. So you know, my son, you know, like I'm proud of him for him to be the age he and what he's accomplished. Like he graduated from high school with a 4.1 grade average.
Okay.
$1.1 million in scholarship. Currently, he works for American Airlines, making decent income. Got his own apartment.
Okay.
Own car. Wow. But he came over and talked to me one day, and he was like, "Dad, let me borrow a couple dollars." And I was like, "What's going on?"
What's going on, son?
You know. So I was like, "Let's sit down. Let's sit down and go through your bills." Or like, and so when we got through going through everything, he had like an extra $800 left. I said, "All your bills paid, you still got extra $800." I said, "What else you got going on?"
Right.
Come to find out, young lady.
Oh, soaked it on up.
Soaking it up.
Okay.
Let's go back to the gimme. So, you know.
So he's spending that cash on her.
Yeah, spending the extra cash.
And now he's late on this bill.
Yeah.
And she ain't nowhere to be found.
But she still got the bowl as it's empty.
You know? So he's learning his lesson too, as far as, he may need to, and I'll say this, a lot of guys, especially from this area, may not know that that's not how a relationship is supposed to go.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to always be trying to give, you know what I mean? Although that's, showing, kindness and strength or whatnot. But a woman that's constantly just got her hand out, hey, you pay for this, hey, you pay for that, hey,
right.
you know what I mean? That ain't how it's supposed to go.
Right, right.
And so imagine if, if you constantly giving money and they're not giving something back, well, what if you stop giving them money? Then they're gonna go on about their way.
They're gonna be gone.
So that lets you know that they're only interested in what they can receive from you. So
I had second wife. We was having a disagreement about something, and I had a couple $100 in my pocket. So I pulled out exactly $500. Okay. I said, please tell me how. Just give me one reason. On how am I benefiting in this marriage? And that 500 is yours. Guess what ended up happening?
What?
We had an argument. It went left field. It went all to the fuck yous. You ain't shit. You ain't finna try to belittle me. Right. And I just asked one question, and I was finna give you some profit.
Yeah, give you some money for it. Just giving you clarity, right?
Yeah, just giving clarity. I just said, here go 500. You can give me one reason how this marriage is benefiting me.
Right. She couldn't give you not one.
To give me one.
So reason. You were doing everything you can to support her. She had kids, or both y'all had kids?
No kids. We had no kids. She already had kids before.
So you're doing everything to support her and her kids,
and supporting my kids also at the same time.
At the same time, but she was not supporting you or what you had to pay for your kids.
Yeah, because I made a statement one time. I was like, "Here it is. I'm providing for two families. I'm providing for my kids,
right,
and I'm providing for yours.
Okay.
Now, one time have you helped me provide for mine?"
Wow. She got mad.
Real mad.
Rather than seeing the logic.
Yeah.
And saying, baby, I understand, your struggle. I'm going to do this to kind of make things easier for you. It was more of a, I'm mad at you, F you.
Yeah.
You're not finna belittle me type of reaction.
It was so crazy. And it made me realize, like, this is all a game for her. She's winning. Right. And I'm while I'm helping her on her feet, I'm digging a hole for myself.
Right.
So
if this world was perfect, if the court system was perfect,
right?
What would they need to do to make things even or equal? You know what I mean? In your opinion.
My opinion, first of all, they need to just change all the laws. You know what I'm saying? They need to change all the laws, especially when it comes to divorce.
Right.
How they handle the man. Like, for example, like you have an athlete that's making millions.
Right.
And as what Rick Ross said you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. So like, how if I got with you and you only had $1,500 and I got $150 million, why do I have to give you
all of your
$80 million?
Yeah.
Like I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? And even with trying to fight.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because is it do they do that when a woman has the most money?
No. What case? I haven't heard a case on that. Now the recent case with John Depp and his wife, that whole divorce thing.
Yeah.
You know how she tried to take all his money and she was on some wrong.
Right.
But he did win in that situation, but it was what she was actually grabbing for. And then presented to the whole world, like trying to play the victim.
Right. Just slandered his name.
Yeah.
All over the place. So yeah. So I mean, they definitely seem like they attack and have no remorse for messing a man's life up. And it's all about making the woman benefit, from whatever comes out of the court proceedings or whatnot. So wow.
Even with when it comes to juvenile court situations, they expect for a man to pay all this money extra. I'm gonna use mine for example. When I was going through my case, her lawyer filed for a petition of an increase on child support. And I'm like, wow,
Wait, during when? During the second divorce?
No, second divorce, no kids. The first divorce, we had kids. So when we had separated, the first time we separated, and she put me on child support. So at that time, I was maybe spending a couple hundred, and during the divorce, her lawyer filed for a petition in the middle of
the divorce,
in the middle of alimony. Right, we was in there. She got up and said, "Hey, Your Honor, we also want to file for a petition for an increase on child support." And I'm like, hell. Right. I looked at my lawyer like, "What are you gonna do?"
Right, you know what I'm saying? So wow, and she probably didn't do too much.
No, I fired her after alimony court.
Yeah, see, that's what I've learned also, that attorneys have a way of dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Purposefully. And so even though they are representing you, the man, they will intentionally drop the ball still so that woman that they're not representing can win.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because let that same lawyer have gotten, let's say if you were the woman, they would have acted completely different. Yeah. They would have been all, saying this, no, we're not going to do this, no, we're not going to do this, really fighting for your, for your upkeep or whatnot. So, but yeah, attorneys, they definitely, they play the system and they play the judge. Yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe the judge
I feel like they hit all this together. Yeah. I mean, because when her lawyer came in, I mean, like she knew everybody. Right. He the lady is typing, the jail belly, everybody,
Right.
And but the thing was, they expected me to have a normal life off 39% of income.
Right. No, they
weren't
to be
concerned
changed about your lifestyle at that point. So
that's something I would love to see change, though.
Right. So wow. So do you think that this world has double standards as far as what a woman can do, what a man can do? Is it like there's so many unfairnesses out there that a woman can get away with? If a woman wants to, I don't know, knock you upside your head, can you run to somewhere and say, this woman beat me up?
No, it's not going like that. I've had a situation where I had to go down due to madness. I'm gonna say this, and it wasn't fair on my end because I literally didn't do nothing, but verbally cursed motherfucker out and left because I'm like, let me leave.
Right.
I left for a couple hours, went over my family member house, vented out. He was like, man, go home. Blah, blah.
Cool off, right?
So I went home and went upstairs in my bonus room and closed the door. Put my own self in the doghouse.
Okay.
Here she come at the door like a Woody Woodpecker, just at the door.
Okay.
And I'm like, leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
So I was like, you leave this time. I left already. So I decided to like, fuck this shit. I went downstairs and I went to her closet. And this might have been petty though, but women do way like more petty shit than they do a lot of petty shit. So I went to her, here's in her closet. I went to her closet, snatched about 3 or 4 things off the rack, went to the door, threw that shit out.
Okay.
She literally picked up the fucking phone, called the police, told the police. My husband just choked me till I blacked out. Now, how in the fuck did you do that? How you black out if you talking? I didn't get it.
Right.
I didn't get it.
And they was like, oh yeah, okay, we're on our way.
You're on the way.
Didn't even draw no conclusion. Wait a minute, man. This doesn't make sense.
So what they took. So what happened was, she had my key, my car keys, and the key ring on it. So I when I was trying to leave, I snatched the keys out of her hand, not knowing that she had the fob keys balled up. That scratch on her finger showed physical contact. And I was shipped off.
Yes. Wow. No question. Did they question how did she get that scratch or anything?
No questions. So then she was like, I don't want to file any charges or anything. So she felt bad because she knew she fucked up a lot. But now the system pushing like, fuck that, get his black ass on down.
Oh wow! So they won't even listen to her now.
Yeah, they ain't listening. It's the fact that she didn't call and put it out there in the air. They grabbed it and ran with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because now they want to put you in the system, and the system is to get you in jail. And the only way you're gonna get out is if you get somebody outside to pay for a bond, and that bond money is split between I guess the juvenile court system or the court system, the judge and whoever else wants a
Right.
piece of it, and that's how the money recirculates.
Yeah.
And then you got to go to court and pay the court fee just to prove that you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then they say, oh, okay, you didn't do anything. Do you get any of that money back? No.
You don't get nothing back. Also, don't forget they can make you go to class too. I had to go to classes.
Oh, okay.
But she paid for all that shit though.
Oh, the classes were not free.
No.
Oh, okay. So they're making more people more money off of just the shenanigans of the red tape that they send people through.
Yeah, it put me in a situation because now I was at my job, I was working on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go to class on the weekends.
Right.
So
right.
now I got to lose money at work.
You know, and that kind of makes me think. So how is it that they want you to pay for this, and the way that you're earning the money to pay for it is they're jeopardizing that? It's almost like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't do that. You know what I mean? It's almost like, okay, if they set a child support for you, right? And the child support is so high, now you have to get a second job to pay for the child support. But now they want to increase your child support because you're bringing in more money now.
Yes.
And it just keeps going higher and higher. Well, they never consider, hey, I'm getting this second job or third job to pay for what you guys have already over calculated that I can do. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No type of, I want to say that's almost inhumane at that point. You know what I mean? Just sending a person through that just time and time again, and it's all just for monetary value of the court system.
It is.
Wow.
Like I told my ex-wife, I told her, I said, when she did the increase, I said, you're not really hurting me. You're hurting me, but you're hurting the kids because now I have to work more hours to compensate what's getting taken out. So you're taking time away from me spending time with the kids. Then if I got another relationship boiling or growing, there's no time for that. No time for self, no time for nothing but pay system.
Right, at the end of the day.
Yeah. And the kids hurt, you know, because you know, they looking like dad and don't want to spend time.
Right, yeah, but you under the pressure and stress of trying to get this enormous bill paid, you know, that they did not realistically calculate for you to pay. They just threw a number out there, you know. But anyway. So, okay, well, things are better. You've tasted or you've had a sip of some different kind of water is what you're saying.
Some wine,
Some wine, okay. Some good wine.
Good wine.
All right. You might have another sip of that. But okay, well, it's good to hear that you're, so are you back on your feet? You're moving on. Life is kind of, you know, leveling out for you. You can kind of see the horizon in the distance or whatnot.
I say I'm glad I stayed humble to the situation where I can sit back and look at the whole situation and be like, I'm glad I didn't do that move or the things I was thinking about doing. It humbled me, and now that I can sit back and look at it, they showed their true color, and I still, in my situation, I kept still growing. And I say, when they was trying to, you know, be low down, God put me in a better situation to handle that situation.
True.
So it made me be like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
You know, but you're showing your true color.
So what advice would you give the young men out there as far as when they get in a relationship? What should they really be focusing on? I mean, or are their expectations of how a woman is that accurate? You know what I mean? What advice would you give the young men out there in this day and time?
First of all, make sure self is okay, because if self not okay, you can't take care of nobody or make somebody else happy if you're not happy. That's number one. You know, make sure you're happy. Second of all, look at their background, family backgrounds. See, you know, how their family is. You know, because they might have this perspective of what they saw their parents was doing. They think it's okay,
or that's how you're supposed to.
It's how it's supposed to be. Right, and so I said, number one, just make sure self is aware and you're mentally prepared for a relationship. You know, you can't be a little thrown off or don't have things together for yourself and trying to grow a relationship.
Right.
And
someone's gonna pull you down.
Yeah, check their background out and make sure that you know they more of a friend before a lover.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? That has definitely made a positive contribution towards the success of the relationship. If you can be a friend to him. Now, when you are a friend with him and you get into a relationship, does that not change?
What you mean, like, you know?
Mean, okay, so y'all cool, y'all tripping, you can pretty much say whatever to her, in a joking way, and then all of a sudden when y'all get serious, now if you try to play the video game all day and just joke with her, she in her feelings now.
Right.
Does that, it don't happen like that when?
I mean, it possibly can, but it goes back to what I was saying about communicate, understand, trust, and respect.
I got you.
So if you do those things, you know what I'm saying? You any relationship, it can be possibly successful.
Right. So all you guys out there, don't just fall straight for a girl. How she treats her family, how her family treats her is 9 times out of 10 how she's gonna treat you. So be mindful of how your women act towards their family members, towards their mom, towards their dad. That's how they 9 times out of 10 are gonna treat you. So what would you say has out of all of that has happened to you, what has made you keep a positive perspective on things?
My kids, really, though.
Okay.
Because like I said, at first it was doing the mess, the toxicity of everything.
Yep.
To see my kids smile,
right,
and the humbleness that I started to gain for myself. Because at first I was giving more out than giving in for myself.
Right.
And it made me more aware of how to handle any relationship.
Right.
And like, women can be aggressive. And then once we be aggressive, it's like we done chopped off somebody's arm. It's like, and
so when a man is aggressive, he is just the scum of the earth. But a woman can chop, do whatever is aggressive. Oh, it's okay. She's in her feelings.
Because I personally feel like some women feel like men don't have emotions. Like we just supposed, like we're a robot. Like we supposed to take in everything.
Right.
And don't have no get back or comeback on, say,
Right. And that's what most guys now are calling toxic femininity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of okay, I can do this because I'm a woman.
Right.
But wait a minute, can I do it because I'm a man? No. Okay, well, is that right? You know what I mean? And they get away with that all the time. That toxic, okay, I can do this, I can do that, I can scream wolf as many times as possible, but yet soon as you do it, oh no.
Yeah.
You ain't worth nothing, type thing. So okay. All right, well, that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. We will have other conversations. Please leave us topics that you want us to talk about in the comment section, and we will be sure to have a podcast speaking on those things. So please hit the subscribe button, the notification, so you don't miss a beat, and we will see you